And so thank you so very much for joining us for Founders Day this year. Before I begin with what I promise is a short chat, I want to begin with gratitude. So first, thank you to the Weinberg Financial Group for helping to underwrite this evening. Thank you to Vicki McGraw and Elegant Edibles for all of the delicious food that you are enjoying. And I hope that you've had a little bit of a chance to explore the mansion, and feel free to do so after this as well. All of the holiday spirit that is created in our building this year is due to Peapod and Juniper in the Grant Room, Francesca's in the Mansion Hall, and David Metzler, Ruth Baker, and Jim Cricks in the Weeks Room. We are also very grateful for our team of elves, Nancy Tuccio, Pam Triscari, Patty Lamancuso, Chris Anderson, Sue Benson, Marianne Alpa, and Mary Laird for their assistance in giving the center its holiday glow up. And as you all know, this is a team effort, and so deep thanks to our fabulous team, Sherry Shutter, Elizabeth Hosier, David Niles, and Kenny McDonald, for all of the ways that they have leaned into our goals and our mission, how they have shared their creativity, and for all of the help that they have given the center to succeed. We all benefit very greatly from their passion and their commitment. So as you've heard a little bit tonight, we are kicking off a banner year. And in fact, we're kicking off a number of banner years. So first, next year is the 250th anniversary of our country. And the center has a long history of civics-related programming, and that will absolutely continue next year. So for 1A Day in January, our educator seminars, as well as the resources that have been expanded on our website for educators and teachers. And all of this will culminate in Constitution Day next year, where we hope to have something fun to announce for you all. Second, it is the 80th anniversary of the International Military Tribunal at Nuremberg. Almost from the moment Elizabeth joined us as our inaugural director of programs, she began working on an ambitious endeavor. She pulled together more than a dozen organizations from around the world to provide space to talk about today's challenges in the international world, to honor Jackson's legacy, and to really commemorate this auspicious occasion. The series officially began on November 21st, the actual 80th anniversary of Robert H. Jackson's opening statement before the tribunal. And it will run through next October. So for the entire duration of the trials themselves, there will be one program a month. You are welcome to now join us here to watch them. They are virtual, and we will certainly happily open up our theater so you can experience them here. I also will direct you to a brand new exhibit in our banquet room, Robert H. Jackson, A Legacy of Justice from Nuremberg to Today. It is a work in progress. And by that, I mean there will be pieces added to it as the year goes, so you have reasons to come back multiple times in 2026. And as you've heard already, we are kicking off the start of our 25th anniversary. And as you heard from Greg, our official birthday is this coming Saturday. And thanks to Greg, you've learned our history. For 25 years, we have brought historic figures, renowned authors, passionate practitioners, legal luminaries, I'm trying to see how much alliteration I can get in here, and teachers of all kinds to Jamestown, to Chautauqua County, and to your computer screens. We have hosted conversations on challenging topics, created informative exhibits on Jackson's life and legacy, augmented student education on the Holocaust, civil rights, the legal system, history. We've inspired interns and fellows to pursue their dreams. And frankly, we've educated anyone who would stand still long enough for us to do it. So for our 25th anniversary in 2026, we have titled our theme, 25 Years of Asking Questions. One of the fundamental concepts of the center is that we do not tell you what to think. We give you access to experts and information and the tools to help you determine how to think and why you think that. These programs in 2026 will lean into this deeply, starting with January's program on January 9th at 6 p.m. in person here in the theater. We will be hosting Aaron Sakin, a former investigative journalist turned First Amendment lawyer at Hodgson Russ, under the provocative title of Do We Still Believe in Free Speech? And we've been asked many questions about the Nuremberg movie. We're thrilled how many of you have already seen it. We hope that you will also join us on January 30th for a special screening of Nuremberg at our partners, the Reg Linné Theater, and for a talk back with the author Jack L. High, who wrote the book that the movie is based on. You can purchase tickets through our website, which will take you to the Reg, or you can purchase from the Reg directly. So I recently looked up some statistics. Lawyers, data, we're all over this. More than half of nonprofits do not make it beyond 5 years. And 30% do not make it beyond 10 years. And the numbers after that are not reliably tracked because the data size is so small. The numbers that we have, 25 years. That's quite an achievement. And we know that's because of you. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to imagine the following. A student sitting in class. Maybe they're an eager student, ready to gobble up all information. And as they mature, those early ideas will connect with other thoughts, other education, and truly blossom into deep commitment to being active in their communities. A high school teacher who is looking for information and ways of teaching that will spark interest in both the engaged students and those who need a little more attention to grab them. They actively seek out ways to infuse art and music and history and language into their lessons in order to help students see how many ways there are to understand an idea or to solve a problem. The lawyer, trying to understand how to navigate complexity, not only in the law itself, but in its practice, since very few issues are black and white, or lend themselves to a quick and easy response. They need guidance to determine whom to prosecute and why. They are looking for inspiration on how to give advice to power. And they are at a crossroads and need to determine how they hold themselves accountable. Can you picture your neighbor? Maybe it's one you see eye to eye with on politics. Maybe it's your neighbor who you never agree with on politics. You come to a place to sit down with each other to discuss a town proposal or the practical implications of a Supreme Court case. You might even be surprised to see each other there for that discussion. The conversation is active and respectful, and by no means does everyone leave agreeing with each other at the end, but now you understand where they're coming from. And now I want you to imagine that world without the Jackson Center. As you saw in the earlier video, the Jackson Center, the creation and our earlier years, we have long benefited from visionary thinking and your desire to support and promote our endeavors. For the last several years, we have chosen to dedicate this evening to a special group of people. Over the years, we have honored our founders, we've honored Greg specifically, we've honored our board, past and present. We've honored our docents and our volunteers, many of whom are here with us tonight. So tonight, we would like to say a particular thank you to all of those who have created endowed funds that have helped to underwrite our education offerings and public programs. I'm not sure, Tori, you'll have to check me on this. I believe we have the largest number of funds at the Chautauqua Region Community Foundation to support our work. Thank you to all of you who have helped to support our operations, our lectures, our student programs, and our interns. You know, the typical line here is that your support has been invaluable, but we know exactly how to value your work because we see it in those who come to visit us and those who are educated by us. As you might imagine, running an organization entirely through philanthropy isn't always easy. We have the right pieces in place: an engaged board, a high-performing team. Public recognition of Jackson and his legacy is at an all-time high, and we have all of you. In order to respond to current events, provide a safe space for discussion and debate, and develop education opportunities for students and teachers and the public, our only limitations are our imagination and our resources. So I am delighted to announce that we are entering a critical phase in the center's growth and success. You have long heard us say that everything we do is free and open to the public. But there are costs to that that no one sees: honoraria, operational costs, staff time. And so we will be making a concerted effort, the foundation of which begins now, to ensure the center has the resources it needs to not only meet the current demands for the history and the legacy that we shepherd, but to enable us to grow as our communities have asked us to. Let's meet back here just about a year from now and see what update we have on those efforts. We are 25 years young, and we are just getting started. So if you would join me in raising a glass to those who have established endowed funds, to our team, our board, to those who have helped grow our endowed funds, to our volunteers, and to each one of you. Thank you for aspiring with us, for inspiring our work, for supporting our mission, and for being with us on this journey. Thank you for caring about our work and for caring about each other. And we hope you take a little bit of Jackson with you wherever you go. Happy holidays. So we invite you to explore the mansion, to explore the exhibit downstairs. Please frolic and revel as you see fit.